All right, what's up, guys? Today's gonna be a pretty chill stream, honestly. Give me 1 second. Apparently, I gotta sign into chat or something. Like what? Welcome to the chat. Why do I need that on my second screen though? I don't understand that. Like, shouldn't Streamlabs be doing that? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. When someone messages live or whatever, we'll see. Anyway, for those that are curious, what we are doing, as you can see from the title, if you are a VOD viewer, is we're going to be playing our Pre-Alpha ROM hack. Now, there is still some stuff that I want to do before it becomes a alpha. There's a couple of things that already exist. It's just a matter of getting that implemented into the engine. So there's things like getting... Let's see if I can show you. Because it looks pretty dope. Let's see how quickly I can do this. Okay. Sources, media file, add source, new source, local file. But okay, I might have screwed it up because that might be not right. Yeah. We'll see. Basically, what we've done is, or I always say we, but it's generally me. What I've done is I have gone in and updated the engine, that sort of stuff. But there's also a team that you'll see whenever you do the title screen. There is a group of people that are kind of creating a decomp kind of project. So what they do is they take the game, they take all that nonsense machine code, they pull it out, and then they translate it like hieroglyphics because it's not understandable by people. And when they figure out what is where, they're like mapping it. So like, oh, this is like, this is Mega Drain, and this is like PP, and this is power, and all that sort of stuff. They then translate it to human code that we all understand, and then it creates a process where we can then edit that code and then turn it back into machine code, shove it back into the game, and the game understands it. So that's kind of what's going on. So these people basically have worked on that to just make any of this possible, and then I'm kind of coding from there and kind of doing my own changes and making my own features and moves and all that sort of stuff. Then on top of that, we have another group who has taken that like kind of process, and they had extended it even further. And what they did was they they kind of expanded it to be modern. So anything that comes out in actual games then ends up getting translated into the actual game in itself. So we'll see here. This is one of the things that they did recently that I'm going to be putting onto the game, which is these type type markers, basically to tell you what typing each mon is and all that sort of stuff. So that's super exciting for me. I think that that's really fun and exciting because that's kind of the goal here. Is I've been wanting to try and make this game a little bit more enticing in a way that is like more transparent, right? So 1 second. Yeah. So that's basically like a feature that's going to be coming in. On the like right side, they're like by Trico towards the middle where that circle ends and goes into the status bar or the menu bar. There are going to be a couple of symbols rising up along the side of the screen, and then the real estate space that is opposite to that on the top right of the screen, along the right side of the screen, is going to potentially have information as well. So you'll be able to see like reflect, light screen, aurora veil if those are up, what hazards are up, that sort of stuff. So that stuff hasn't been implemented yet. The hazard thing that I just talked about hasn't even been started yet. It's not something that is in interest to the team that is doing these features. So I'm gonna have to do it myself. And obviously, there's a ton of work that you have to do with movesets and different things like that. Like movesets alone has been taking me over 2 years, almost no, a year and a half. Sorry. So yeah, that's kind of been what's going on. So that's not in this version right now. That's going to be towards the alpha, where I'm going to incorporate that into the engine that I have right now. But I thought it was pretty cool. I'm very excited to see that. And I'm hoping to get a little bit more transparency on what you're looking at. So, like, you'll have, like, some sort of ability to either press a button and see what's going on, or to just see it on this battle screen in general. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. So now let's play the game. So some of those features aren't available right now. There's also a couple like items that have been featured and a couple moves that have been featured that have been made into the engine, but they're just not currently available in the game. So this is pretty much the exact same. So we'll just like skip through as fast as we can. So there we go. Alright. And this is all pretty standard. We might as well turn it to 7 o'clock. There we go. There might be a world where I look into the code and try and reduce the amount of beginning that you have to go through, just then it's a little bit faster. But for now, it's not a big deal. So the starters, in case anyone hasn't followed up to this point, are Chikorita, Tepig, and Piplup. Chikorita is eventually going to become a fairy type when it evolves. So you have the Grass Water Fire Core, but you also have a Fighting, Steel, and Fairy Core here as well. So the Chikorita's Grass side of it is weak to Fire, but its Fairy side of it is strong against the Fighting, and so on and so forth. Like, that creates the other triangle, where it's like Tepig is weak against Piplup's Water, but its Fighting will eventually be good against the Steel and stuff like that. So overall, Chikorita, funny enough, is the strongest starter currently. But I did want to try out Tepig again and see how that feels in a moment. Alright, so Tepig, pretty standard. We don't need a nickname. Cool. So now we just get a couple levels, go fight May. I think it's pretty much the same. I kept this route pretty similar to the other routes that you'll eventually encounter. Just because, like, people that are going to be... people that are going to be Nuzlocking aren't going to use that as an encounter spot. So having variety there doesn't necessarily like matter all that much. I don't want people to feel like they're missing out. And in most games anyway, you're going to have some overlap from areas. So let's get a free potion. Just cool. Alright. So we'll just go up here. Take them out. Something that you might not have noticed. This isn't going to matter. But we'll see. Level 8, double kick. Okay, that might help a little bit more. So another thing that I have changed to help visibility and kind of information is I have added colors to whether or not like a move is going to be effective or not very effective. So if you look right here, everything's black. It's standard. It's normal. It's going to do normal damage and have its normal effect. When you go over to double kick, it's not very effective. So it's highlighted in red. There's a weird kind of gross swampy green color that I have currently for super effective. I might be changing that to a brighter, more appealing green, but that's what it is for now. So yeah, it's just like a way of letting you know, and I believe that there's like a almost transparentish gray look to it. So this is what it looks like right now for super effective. So I'm looking at finding a new color. The problem is it's not as nice as just being like, oh, I just want green. And it's like you have to like be like, oh, I want color 17 or I want color 3, and then you have to find out what color 3 even is. So there we go, nice and easy. The experience in this game actually is different. You might be noticing that I'm leveling very quickly. In a lot of early Pokemon games, what ends up happening is you have to like sit around and grind for a really long time to get to level 10 on all your Pokemon, and you kind of like go from there. But the nice thing about the way the experience works in this game is that it takes a few mechanics from newer games and kind of combines it with the older games to kind of get this nice median. But then on top of that, what it will do is it scales based off of where the Pokemon is like leveled, based off of where you are in the game. So there are level caps, and so you can't exceed past the level cap of whatever the gym leader might be. However, the closer you are to the level cap, the less bonus experience you'll get, and the further away from the level cap, like if you're under leveled, the more bonus experience you're going to get. So if you end up catching like a level 5 for whatever reason, maybe you come back to one of these old routes, you're not doing a Nuzlocke or something, or like you're doing like a fishing encounter in a Nuzlocke, you don't have to worry about hacking in rare candies or doing any of those things if you don't want to, and you don't have to grind forever. Basically what it does is it lets you gain a ton of levels really quickly. It's not quite as fast as Emerald Rogue, but I wanted it to still kind of feel a little bit natural, a little bit like an original game. Corsola. Corsola is amazing. Okay, awesome. I was a little bit nervous for a moment. Okay, so Corsola is a very, very, very good encounter, funny enough. It is a early... Wow, there's a lot to talk about in this really fast. Okay. Corsola is a great encounter. Water Rock. Water type especially is very good in a rock gym, right? It can, at least before it got slightly nerfed after the buffs that I gave it, it was able to hold its own in Roxanne solo. So that's pretty wild. So yeah, we'll get 10 more balls. We might actually get more than that. I might just buy more balls after. Anyway, we got Corsola. So let's show you the experience, right? So Tepig comes out. Corsola goes in. Alright. Can we kill this? Kricketot is a little bit stronger, but we can just Ember. So, even with shared experience, Corsola should level up at least once here. Alright, so it gets level 3 here. It gets level 4. And then Tepig doesn't get very much experience in comparison, right? So it makes switch training way easier. And it makes this beginning area a little bit smoother, a little bit nicer. So like I said, like once again, I can still switch train, right? Even though it is a higher level, usually you would kind of suffer a little bit because it wouldn't be gaining as much experience. But because it has that experience boost for being so far away from the level cap at level 4, it does help a lot. So of course it's now level 5. It has bubbles, so it can kind of like fight on its own now. It's still taking kind of forever because there we go. But yeah, so like getting it caught back up, not that bad. You can see right now already. Even like obviously I'm using speed up, but even with that speed up, this isn't going to take nearly as long as this might take a bit. So we'll get Corsola to level 8. And then we'll double kick. Cool. Corsola's level 8. And then we can just heal up and get our new encounter. So it's still a little bit grindy. I'm not trying to get rid of grind altogether at the beginning of the game. Because it does encourage kind of... I probably shouldn't be sticking in here. I'll tackle and hope I don't crit. I think it survives a crit here. Yeah. Cool. Alright. So we have a water grass type. I haven't actually used Lotad yet, and I don't know if I've gotten the changes yet for Lotad. Let's see what we got so far. So we got Regenerator Corsola, which is huge. I don't think I had Regenerator last time. With enhanced attack and lowered speed, which is kind of silly. And then we have a Tepig with lower speed, higher defense, has Blaze, and our Rain Dish Lotad, which is not super amazing. And then it has lower attack for higher special attack, which is pretty good. Modest nature is pretty good. So what we'll do is both of those ones are pretty decent. So I'll growl. And then I'll absorb and see how it does. It's not doing great at all, and it's howling a lot. So I'll just go to Tepig immediately. Hope that that doesn't matter. Cool. Level 5, level 6. Got Water Gun. I'm level 10. I'll get Defense Curl. Now, there's, like, for the Pokemon that you find early on, there are specific moves that have given each Pokemon to try and help it against Roxanne specifically. Just in case you are playing a Nuzlocke and you're not doing so hot with encounters, you know, you're not getting your favorable matchups. Maybe you have some fire types, you know, like you got your fire starter, you're not getting any grass moves, that sort of thing. What you can do is kind of rely on some moves that you can learn in the first few levels to try and help you out. We might as well. Cool. Alright. You also get a couple of berries that you can use for Roxanne. There we go. Now the main thing... I have Lotad here. Okay. My brain stopped for a second. So I'm trying to skip all this part because it doesn't necessarily matter. Don't really need to do anything here. This is pretty standard to what you're used to. It's just the encounters are different. So that's why I'm kind of speeding up and getting past all that. It's just mostly just showing you engine changes. Like the moves being different colors based off of effectiveness is essentially the main thing going on right now. Honestly, I wish I could get a Premier Ball out of buying 10 Pokeballs, but it's not a big deal. Escape Rope is free. So we buy Escape Rope. So when you go over to your bag, you might notice it's not there. If you go to key items, it now doesn't have a number beside it. It is just infinite. And you can use it to escape any cave or dungeon. This is something that is just part of the engine that I ported from the Rocket Hideout group. So yeah, you can just like register that if you want. Anytime that you're in a cave or whatever and you need to leave, you can just do that. So it's a lot easier. You don't have to buy a ton of escape ropes or any of that. So this part is pretty standard. I was debating getting rid of Wally altogether. But honestly, like, it kind of goes with the story. And if I'm going to continue to have Wally and have Wally be somewhat of a decent trainer that you face towards the end of your journey, I kind of have to keep that beginning part. So we're just getting every possible... I don't know if I really want to... Oh, that's great. Okay. Okay, that's 2 growls, 3 growls. Cool. Alright. So, I do feel a little bit better about this, because I did get Wiglet a lot, and Wiglet is currently in the doghouse of just being really difficult to balance. Because my overall goal, like, I might not be 100% successful on this, but my overall goal isn't to, like, overtly break anything. It's just to change where they're at in terms of, like, power levels. So we might have an F tier Mon turn into an A or an S tier. However, that's fine, right, to me. However, having a Pokemon become like S plus tier and be absolutely broken, maybe not so much, right? So, we're just trying to get everyone relatively balanced. Oh wow, you do no damage. Alright, cool. And then we can grab... I know there's a hidden item down there as well, but we don't need to collect every single item ever. We'll grab our berries. We can battle her. Alright. Alright. And we can go back. We probably could have fought that first. And then got the Pokeballs, but hey, hindsight's 50-50. So the first chapter, like getting to Rustboro, is pretty similar. There's not a lot of changes to trainers at all. There's not a lot of there's not changes to items. There's just changes to encounters and like what you learn, some abilities they might have, that sort of thing. And then the other stuff is like you're just kind of like learning the new aspects of the engine. So we'll get our next encounter here. Get our little item. Got our potion, which is pretty nice. Pokeball. Heck yeah. Shroomish. I don't think I've gotten Shroomish yet. So we'll go over to Tepig. And we'll tackle. I think I can tackle... Yeah. I think crit would have been close, but I don't think it killed. There we go. And you can see you're still getting experience for catching Pokemon like newer games. Just it's one less battle that you have to do in your grind in the early game. So I figured like that makes sense. If you wanted to do like hardcore settings or something like that, I don't know. If there's big of enough demand, I can easily like create that. There are config files that I can just edit. But honestly, I don't know. That's kind of... I'm kind of indifferent about that one. Alright. So we are just going to water gun across the board. And you can see already Wingle's caught up. Everyone's pretty close to level 10. And we are, like, speeding up. Oh, there's a tarantula. We are, like, speeding up and everything, but it's relatively simple, right? Like, it's not taking an obscene amount of time. So this battle is changed, so I'm going to slow it down once he comes over. So my overall goal right now, only quote unquote aqua and magma bosses have been changed, as well as gym leaders. But my overall goal is to have grunts as well as gym trainers be changed as well, and then maybe a couple of notable trainers in the game outside of that. Rivals obviously will be changed as well, Elite Four, Champion, all that sort of stuff. As far as like non-boss class trainers being changed, I honestly am like indifferent about it. Oh, we got a new move. Okay, so if we survive this, you can see Chili Powder, which is kind of exciting. Chili Powder has an accuracy of 75%, just like Sleep Powder, so hopefully it doesn't... Okay. Hopefully we hit it, because it would be nice to see. Okay. That's tragedy. Yeah, well, that's a tragedy. Oh well. Tepe comes out. We'll double kick it. So chili powder essentially is just the burn powder now. And there are a couple of the grass Pokemon that get it. So we get Shroomish to level up a lot just off of one kill, because he's very behind. Wiglet comes out now, so I gotta switch out. I'm a little bit nervous, because I have buffed Wiglet and I haven't seen it since. So we'll see. Mist would be nice. I'm gonna switch over because it seems to be using ground moves. Oh, that's not great. Okay. So Wrap is one of the few moves that got their types changed, which is now Poison. It is pretty squishy. I might just absorb. I'm a little scared right now. The Shroomish might die. It's not an overly special mon, right? It is squishy though. Okay, so we're okay here so far. I think we just absorb again. It's attack mist, which is nice. We got the absorb. So we'll probably be like, what, 17 HP? 15. Okay. So Shroomish is going to get a lot of experience out of that. So we're probably going to be like 10 approaching 11. Ah, no. Tipic's 12. We get Flame Charge, which is nice. Alright. So goodbye, Ember. So we got Flame Charge. So Surskit comes out, and it has Bug Bite, so I gotta switch out again. And the overall goal of this fight is kind of to encourage players to... It's supposed to be the first kind of challenge that's like, these are all fairly weak mon, but they all have super effective moves if you were to face each one of them. Like, for example, Poochyena is weak against these fighting moves, which is great, but then next thing you know, you have like water types that you have to face, so you have to switch out to like a grass type. But then you have Surskit, which is good against grass as well. So you have to like do a little, like, They're going to be normal types and stuff in this game that don't interact with any of this stuff. But we'll see how we do here. It's not looking great. Yeah. Maybe Wingull might be okay. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Oh boy. 4 damage. I would die to crit. Cool. I also didn't want them to be a super high level, just in case you didn't have the right encounters for it or anything like that. So, yeah, you get everything that you normally do. But it's just like one battle that kind of gives you an idea of the difficulty of this game, which is like it's going to be harder than vanilla, but it's not a difficulty ROM hack. It's not going to be something that like an average player can't beat. Like even casual players should be able to beat this game. It might be a little bit tricky for them. They might have to try a couple of times, but it is definitely possible for them to beat it. And that's kind of like what I was hoping for. Was like I wanted a brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl kind of Elite 4 difficulty, where my more casual friends can play the game, feel like they're getting a bit of challenge out of it, and maybe finding that they enjoy this sort of version of Pokemon where things are a little bit harder and they have to care a little bit more about what moves they do, because my friends are definitely the type of people who are going to switch to a Pokemon using switch mode. Oh, there's Snob. And spamming Blizzard and being upset that it misses a lot, because it's just the strong move and it's super effective, right? And you're like, oh, well, what about Nasty Plot? And they're like, I don't care about Nasty Plot. It doesn't do damage. So this is a game that if you use Nasty Plot and stuff, you're still going to have an easy time. But if you're just hitting super effective moves over and over and over again, you're probably going to struggle a little bit. So it's kind of like that level of difficulty. So there are double battles, as you can see. While double battles, there is a chance that you can get them. Is there an item up here? I don't think so, right? And then this guy gives you Bullet Seed. I don't think I grabbed that. Did I let Tepig use Bullet Seed? I don't really remember. No. But Lotad and Shroomish know it, so or can learn it. The other thing that's really nice, if you notice, unlimited TMs. So we want to learn Bullet Seed? Sure. Let's get rid of, honestly, we'll get rid of Absorb. Learn Bullet Seed. And then, we'll do Supersonic, I missed. Water Gun. Cool. What's this quick attack do? It's pretty good. We got a kitty on the screen. What are you doing, buddy? I don't remember what I was looking at. Mirror match. Oh, it's not gonna work, yeah. Hey. I can just Tepig. For some reason, my cat was jumping on front of the screen and I thought I saw Lotad, so I put him out. Okay. So we got a double battle. There's a lot more double battles in this game as well, so if you're a fan of double battles, that is going to be a thing. Oh, this is something else that's really interesting. So there are certain moves that you basically forget the first opportunity that you get. So for some players, they're like Growl and Leer and stuff like that. Now that you have more double battles, you get a little bit more bang for your buck because Growl and Leer and such hit both targets. But on top of that, kind of with that mentality, I decided to make a couple of sound-based status moves that have low accuracy and are usually tied to the early parts of the game, have a little bit more of a niche usage going into like the middle part of the game. And so because of that, Supersonic now hits both targets. Sing will hit both targets in a doubles battle. So it helps that a little bit. Like, for example, now if you're in a doubles battle and you hit Sing, the odds of you getting one of them to fall asleep is way higher rather than just hoping on a 50-50 coin toss to get anything to happen at all, which is kind of nice. So these moves still can be inferior to Confuse Ray and to Spore and to Sleep Powder and all those 90% of the time, but there is small niche cases where if your Pokemon has Supersonic and there hasn't been anything better yet, you can still have those niche moments where that might benefit you. So Wingull's attacks miss, and we get one of them. Cool. So, like you saw, I probably wouldn't have gotten a roll the first time, and so I would have just had a wasted turn for that Pokemon. But luckily, because it hits both now, I did get one of them to get confused, which could make a difference. It might hit itself. Yeah. So that, like, obviously I'm twice their level, so this isn't going to be a big deal, but in an even fight, like, that sort of scenario could play out and be really impactful and really matter, so... it just makes Wingull feel a lot better in the early game without having to buff Wingull itself. And Supersonic being buffed in that way doesn't break the game. 90% of your battles are going to be singles anyway, so it just helps them shine in a couple of small spots. And that's kind of been the point of the balance for this entire game, is like, it's not about how strong a particular Pokemon is, it's about how often are they strong, and how strong are they when they are strong, right? So for example, if I have a Pokemon that can completely nullify a boss battle, I want to make sure that I either change that, or is the Pokemon like valuable and really, really good for the rest of the game? That's kind of the decision making, right? If the Pokemon is super amazing in the first gym and they're an early encounter, and they do okay against the second gym and then they just fall off, I don't mind that so much because they are such a powerful and potent Gym 1 and 2 mon. But in a perfect world, we would love for Pokemon to be relatively used at all stages of the game as well. So falling off basically just means that you would have to like put a little bit more effort than your average mon to make sure it works. The overall goal is to try and make Pokemon C tier at the lowest, besides a couple of niche cases. So we got an Abra, and we don't got an Abra. Okay, well, unfortunate. We probably should still test a Pokemon. I know I was kind of like doing one encounter per route, kind of Nuzlocke style, but we should probably catch a Pokemon to test, because that's the whole point of this. Cool. So we'll just catch Yamper. It would have been pretty cool if we got an Abra, though. So there still are stages where you are going to find encounters that are pretty good, but they do happen to have like Whirlwind, Roar, Teleport, you know, those sort of things. And so like trapping a Pokemon potentially might be useful. I have to like look into that interaction specifically. But yeah, they basically are high risk, high reward mons. I haven't really done much changes. Oh. I haven't really done many changes to Wingull yet, just because Pelipper is such a good mon in general. Like, it has Drizzle. Just making sure that Drizzle is available, essentially, is really kind of the main thing. Ball Fetch. Okay, that's not super awesome, but that's okay. So we'll use these trainers to kind of like level up. I believe Electrify just turns a move into... What? Wait, I'm confused. Is there a glitch here? I'll have to look into that. Pretty sure that it paralyzed me. Oh, it has shield dust. That's what it is. Okay. I was like trying to think like what is happening here. So we got Bubble Beam. And we're just gonna heal up. I'm probably going to remove... Oh my god, please. Okay. I'm probably going to remove Ninkata as an encounter. I just don't think that Shid Ninja is a great Pokemon to have. It breaks a lot of encounters. And essentially what it does is it creates like a really negative experience for like what I'm going for, right? Like, I want to do a... I want to do something that casual players can just pick up and play and enjoy themselves. And the problem is that if I put Shid Ninja into the game, I have to like basically do this like mental Shid Ninja check every single time that I make a trainer. And basically the Shid Ninja check is like, oh well, does Shid Ninja just completely nullify this Pokemon? If yes, then we have to fix that, right? So then every single trainer that I edit is going to have, every single trainer that I have is going to have, like, Sandstorm or Poison or, like, you know, all these sort of things. And it just creates, like, a very samey kind of environment because everything's just going to have these sort of... same tools, basically. So you can see Nuzzle here has that clear color. That means that it's not going to work against Geodude. Both of them can kill, yeah. We'll bite. Bubble Beam. This is incorrect. There are some glitches with the super effective, not very effective stuff going on. On double battles specifically. So I'll have to figure that out eventually over time. But the fact that it works most of the time and it helps out and it only kind of glitches out on double battles, I think it's fine for now. I'd rather it be there and be right most of the time than not be there at all for now. Like I said, this is pre-alpha, so... Okay, Morlul is interesting. I'll Nuzzle. Misty Terrain, awesome. I'm doing great with this. Bite will... Yeah, Bite will do next to no damage. Okay, so it's using Growth. Cool. Awesome. So we now have our Grass Fairy type. That's going to be really big. So, there's a lot to talk about now, isn't there? Okay, so Fog is essentially Misty Terrain, and then the other thing is like there's a lot of unique encounters in this cave. This cave is kind of the first quote-unquote exciting area. I think all of it is relatively exciting. It's got a bunch of Pokemon that you generally wouldn't see early on in the game that are still strength and powered to kind of that like early game. Obviously, the forests you're kind of looking at a standard encounter list, but yeah. So here you're kind of looking at a couple of different flavors. You're looking at like Paris. You're looking at Inkay, stuff like that. However, Grass Fairy is an interesting early game option because it's basically what makes Chikorita so interesting. Because Chikorita starts out as a grass type, it goes in, it does pretty good against Roxanne, although Roxanne has a couple of things that protect it herself against grass types, so it can't steal the whole show. And then after that, it evolves before Brawly, and then it has that fairy typing to help against Brawly as well. So the grass fairy typing kind of shines in both the first two gyms, and then it has resistance to the electric typing of the next gym, right? And so Flannery and Winona they don't do super amazing against, but they do really really well in the early game. So I haven't tested Shiinotic yet because I was testing Chikorita, but I'm very excited to see how Shiinotic does. And I am glad to take a break from Skitty. Skitty has been a nightmare. So, not something that I've been super keen on or excited on. What's up, buddy? Oh, there's something I forgot to show everyone that also helps things. So, at the beginning of the game, I want to make sure that it's a somewhat vanilla experience. This way, you can learn things about the engine, kind of see how things are placed, get used to a couple of like small changes, right? Just get your bearings and everything. You start like seeing, you appreciate the small things too, right? So you're like, oh, the experience is really really nice here because I think the level cap is like 14. So if you're looking, we fought a lot of the trainers and we're already looking like we're pretty close to 14. So like we don't have to do a lot of grinding. We don't really have to do any of that stuff. Like it's pretty standard. The most that you have to do is just maybe your first encounter and your starter a little bit, just so you can switch train. So it's overall like a pretty okay experience, and you're like, okay, I'm kind of learning these different things, and I'm finding these new encounters that are usually aren't in Hoenn, and oh, there's new Pokemon. There's gonna be these new features like that help me understand the game a little bit and what changes might have happened. This is really cool as well that I forgot to mention. I don't think that it will work with Psyduck because I haven't caught Psyduck, but when you catch a Pokemon, let's look for a Pokemon that I've caught. So this is the National Dex. So Corsola, right? So we have Corsola here, and it looks pretty standard. My biggest issue with the Pokedex was that it just didn't give you any information. It was like this supposedly... it's like this supposedly like helpful resource that you're supposed to be filling in and everything, and it was just like this. The great thing about the RHH expansion is that they have updated things, so we can see like where they are, which is still pretty standard. But then you go over here, and you essentially can see its movesets. So you can go, okay, this is an egg move, right? These are all its egg moves. And then once you get past the egg moves, you see, okay, like at level 1, this is what we learn. And we can learn Recover at 14. So that's something that we can look forward to, right? And we can see on the left here its base stat total as well. So if you wanted to compare Corsola to its ROM version or whatever, you have that here. Catch percentage, like its growth rate, what other abilities it has. It doesn't show hidden abilities, but yeah. And then it shows like its gender ratio, everything like that. You want to know, oh, well, how does it evolve, right? You have different forms here and that sort of thing. Like, obviously Corso doesn't evolve, so you have to just see the different versions. But if you wanted to see how Lotat evolved and you don't want to like look it up because maybe I've changed it, you'll see it here. So you can see like Ludicolo evolves at level 14, or sorry, Lombre gets evolved at level 14, and Ludicolo gets evolved when you use a Water Stone. So that's pretty nice as well. Oh, hello. And then once you kind of get used to everything, you're in Rustboro and you're ready to kind of do your adventure. You kind of pass that tutorial mode. Just to make sure that you're at that level cap, because you might be playing the game normally, you might not be Nuzlocking. So you want to make sure that your Pokemon that you want to use are at a decent level, right? Well, you can come here, and you come down here, and rare candies are free. So you could just go 999, and you could buy, I would suggest buying like 2 or 3 stacks, just because like it is only Rustboro City. You do return here a couple of times, but it is only Rustboro City. So it's kind of like your rare candy hack without having to look up codes or without having to gen them in or anything. This is going to be a ROM hack where you just have that because, you know, people like playing that way, you know? And the thing that I like about it being in the store is that it's optional. So if you don't feel, like if you feel that's cheaty or whatever, that's fine. You don't have to buy them, right? The only downside is that I guess players can't like sell them if they wanted to sell them at some point because they are worth $0. So if you try and cheat the system, he says he can't buy it. It's $0. It's how they code the game. Is if anything is worth $0, then the store owner just doesn't bother. He's like, nah, I'm good. Like I'm not gonna buy something that's useless. Because he can't sell it. What's the point? Alright, so let's get ourselves to the level cap, right? Let's check out this sort of style of play. So it's just the usual, right? You're used to this part. We get him level 14. Now, let's say that we try and cheat the system a little bit. We're like, oh, well, what if we use the rare candies that we got and we try and get higher than the level cap? Well, you can't. It's a hard level cap. So you do get your candies if you want them, and then that way you can just like instantly level and everything else. You don't have to grind. However, the trade-off is that you can't sell them to cheat the game, and you can't go over the level cap anyway. Just so then that way you can kind of make sure that you have a good kind of good sense of like difficulty, right? You don't end up like over leveling or anything else like that and trivializing the game. But at the same time, you know. Alright, we got Lombre, we got Fake Out. Awesome. We got Mega Drain on Shroomish. I think we're going to keep Bullet Seed. And I want to see if Chili Powder is actually useful in here. So let's keep that going. So everyone is at level 14 now. Lombre, have you changed abilities? No, right? Rain Dishes the whole way through. Okay, so this isn't the coolest team ever, but we do have a Shiinotic. I forgot about that. So let's test Shiinotic out, because I'm really excited to see that. So let's heal up. Let's go over here. And we will move Shiinotic. And we'll probably... we'll probably replace Wingull, because I think Wingull is just going to be absolutely useless. And then, yeah, like, this is why we have the rare candies, right? Is like, we caught the Morlul right before the gym. So let's not waste time by grinding it up. We can just... oh, we want to use it now. And just use the rare candies. Draining Kiss is going to be useful later. So unfortunately, we are going to have to get rid of Confuse Ray. Nope. as far as like whether or not I'm going to introduce things like move reminders, move deleters, that sort of stuff at all stages of the game in your menu, or if they're going to be like available very frequently, I think that I'm going to leave it vanilla for the most part, but the later stages of the game you are going to get a lot more customization in the game. So maybe in the later stages of the game you'll start running into people that are, you know, gonna help you be able to make the builds that you want to build. Does he not give you a fresh water? Okay. Alright, so we'll skip all this because we're at level 14. But by the time that you fought all those guys, you're probably going to be level 14 anyway. Roxanne. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. So, as you can see, she has more Pokemon. She has 4. You have a new hazard that has just been thrown over. So, Shrapnel is essentially the Steel-type version of Stealth Rocks. This is something that has been taken from Sword and Shield as a mechanic and made into the game. Which does increase the power of hazards. There are more hazards at your disposal. But at the same time, like you're gonna have more methods of dealing with hazards. You'll find, so it kind of like evens it out. To be honest with you, hazards are like a little bit weaker, especially in a single player playthrough. All right, so let's see how Morlul does here. So Drain. I think that Nacli has like tackle and stuff, so it's really strange that it didn't even bother. But Roxanne is gonna waste her potions because Sturdia is gonna proc, and I'm just gonna one-shot it. Oh wow, it didn't heal full health. Okay, never mind. I forgot that it only has a potion and not something better. Okay, so this is the hardest Pokemon she has. And I know that Pokemon fans might think that that's really funny to hear. But at this stage of the game, an Ice Rock type beats a lot of stuff that you have. You have a lot of bugs. You might have your Fire type. Ice now resists water. You know, so like your Water type doesn't just one-shot it. It's super effective against Grass types. So it's just like at this point, it's good against Flying types. It's good against Bug types. So there's not a lot of matchups in which you can just treat it as the goofy kind of thing that it is. But luckily, it does not resist grass. It's just super effective against grass. So what we're going to do is hope that we survive this. We should be able to survive this. I don't know how squishy Morlul is. Okay. And then we'll just heal back to full because we powered up our Morlul super high. So you won't get to see how challenging this Pokemon is because we have prepared for it, but it is kind of a scary Pokemon. I thought that this would be nice to have in an early gym because it's kind of a joke its entire career, and at least this way it helps out a little bit. But we're just going to one-shot all of Roxanne because we've prepared for it, and like I know what to worry about and stuff and how to exploit Roxanne. But yeah, Roxanne is essentially just like a lesson. If you just go in there without a battle plan and you just like start fighting willy-nilly, you're gonna be caught with your pants down because you can't just do this, right? So this battle specifically is supposed to reinforce to a casual player like, hey, you know, you can't just click the super effective move. You gotta like buff it up. You gotta buff up your Pokemon. You gotta find a good opening for it, that sort of thing, right? It's kind of like a Mario level where it kind of teaches you the mechanics of the game. And I wanted to make sure that that kind of stuck around. So debuffing the enemy Pokemon, using different kind of status moves and stuff like that's pretty good. Utilizing things like your abilities is pretty nice as well. Like Corsola would have Regenerator, right? So like trying to utilize Regenerator, switching it in and out so then it heals itself. All of these are just like strategies that you can do. And just battling and just using attacks without any strategy or anything else like that is generally going to kick you in the butt. So, that is essentially the first gym. But what we're going to do is I'm going to play with my buddy Rob. He's going to ask me to save his... So we're going to switch over to his perspective, let him play, and see how he fares. So this is all still pretty standard. Okay. So let's save all that sort of shit. Alright. Hola, senor.
Yes, I did.
I'm still stream.
I'm still streaming.
I'll send you this version. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I hate it. I hate everything about it. Why is it too big?
Don't you have Nitro?
No, I don't have Nitro. I'm not spending money on that.
True. You probably just send it to me via Facebook Messenger or something.
Oh my god. Is that possible? I was gonna do Google Drive, but if this is possible... Where is Rob? Where be Rob?
Who is Rob?
Rob.
I'll do you one better. Why is Rob?
So it's in the process of sending.
Okay.
Couldn't send.
Rip.
Rest in pieces data. Okay. I'll just do this then. It's not even that big. That's the thing that's crazy. It is 13.1 megabytes.
Yeah, it should be easy mode.
Yeah. Okay. So doesn't order it. Can I like... Cool. Alright.
Oh, a link. Seems safe.
Probably.
I'm a trusted source.
But for how long?
Man, my pooter is being real slow ass today.
So can you access it with the, like, whatever rights?
Yeah, it's just my computer's being really slow.
Okay.
It might have something to do with the 10 gigabytes of Jake and Amir videos that I'm currently copying over to my server. But it's probably unrelated.
Probably. Okay.
Oh. Oh, it's so loud. Holy fuck, it's so loud. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, rest in peace, eardrums. I thought the tinnitus in my left ear was bad before.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Holy lag, Batman, what's going on?
He had drought. Is there something that I'm doing wrong? Yeah, I was gonna say. Weird. Yeah, it would be nice.
Hello? Joystick up, where are you?
Okay. You to fly. Okay. New drink comes out. Final charge goes. I should be pretty close to killing. Okay, awesome. Shermish. Honestly, I think this is fine. And then Tepic evolves. And replace double kick. Cool.
Oh
Alright,
no. What have I done?
what have you done? Let's go to pop out. How do I pop out again? Here we go. And then I'll go to
Yeah.
window capture. And we'll watch. Uh-oh. Did you minimize?
No.
That's like a twirly boy for me. Alright, let me... Okay, cool. Yeah, let's put the sound on. Oh, you got that ugly speed up sound.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Alright.
I don't remember what to do in this game.
So you basically set your clock, then you go to visit your neighbor and touch their Pokeballs, and then that's your house. What? Oh, they flip the houses if you're May? Oh my god. Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to put music on in the background. Wow. Yeah? Is petting you not enough?
Never enough.
Maybe you need more attention?
Okay, this controller's not fucking working worth the goddamn.
There we go.
Okay, I need a controller. All these controllers that aren't going to work. Alright, I'll go BRB.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have my friend play it. He hasn't played the ROM hack before, so I'm curious to see his experience. I have had one of my friends test it besides myself, and he seems to be having a decent time. He's not like a big Pokemon fan, but he enjoys like playing it. And a lot of the frustrations that he has about the game are not so much of an issue in this version, like how grindy it is in the early game, or like not knowing what typing some Pokemon are because he doesn't memorize every single Pokemon that's ever existed, like different things like that, which this is going to be helping with. So we'll see. Uh, but I hope everyone's enjoying themselves. He's getting a controller because his controller isn't working. So it'll just be a moment. But yeah, he's gonna be playing it, testing it out, everything else like that. So we'll see how it feels in the perspective of someone who hasn't really been watching me make it too much. He's been pretty separate from the process, whereas myself and my friend have both kind of like worked on some of the mechanics and stuff like that of the game and some of the moves and stuff like that. So at least Sean knew a couple of things going in and what to expect. So this will be interesting to see how he does. But overall, like I said, like the early game of Hoenn, I kind of wanted to make certain Pokemon shine and take the advantage of the fact that there's not a ton of resources to you yet, and also be able to enjoy kind of the early aspect of the base set totals that you're available. Like the power curve of the game is a lot lower, right, in the early stages of the game. So having certain Pokemon that usually don't get seen or kind of seen as jokes be seen earlier in the game allow them to shine at that point of the game as well. So on your end, like Corsola is pretty solid, Hoot's pretty solid, Poochyena is actually pretty good. Like there's a couple of different Pokemon like Chikorita, like I said, Shiinotic, right? Morlul. Those sort of mons actually are not too bad. But when you're fighting Pokemon as well, your like biggest threat in the early game is the Amarora or whatever. And usually this Pokemon's typing holds it back, but because of how it's kind of put in a spot where players are going to be trying to utilize negative matchups against it, like its rock typing helps against a lot of things that the ice would struggle with, and then the ice is helping with a lot of things that the rock would struggle with early in the game. You don't have a ton of fighting options. You don't really have seal options. So you're kind of at the mercy of this Pokemon, and so you have to try and figure out how to get around it. It isn't the most powerful Pokemon in the world, right? So it's not a difficulty hack level of difficulty, but it is still interesting, right? It's still compelling. It's still somewhat of a challenge for the player. And that's the overall goal, right? Is just to like make them kind of think about things a little bit, try and make them figure things out, and come away feeling as though they had to like fight their way through. If they're at least a casual player or an average player or whatever, like I think a Nuzlocker who like does actual Nuzlocks and everything, if they played this, I think that they would have a pretty easy time. They would have to do something like a Deathless run or something like that to make it more fun for themselves, or a monotype. But I do think that like that's I'm not trying to make a difficulty act, right? I'm not trying to give Roxanne 6 Pokemon that have guts and flame orbs and like all competitive sets and items and all these sort of things. Like I'm kind of here to give a steady increase of difficulty to try and be that stepping stone between vanilla games and those difficulty hacks. So then players that are interested in kind of getting better at Pokemon and kind of improving at Pokemon can have that stepping stone for themselves. And so I thought that would be really fun to kind of let certain Pokemon shine in the early game. So you'll see things like Cricketune do decent against Brawly, or you'll see like Corsola do well against Roxanne, right? Like different things like that, where you get to have it early enough in the game where it seems to be doing pretty well. And I think Love Disc is available before Brawly, and it has a couple of fairy moves. Might even have Pixelate. So there are situations that where they actually do quite well. Um, and the higher tier, more strong Pokemon are obviously going to be saved for later on in the game or later on in evolution stages and stuff like that. So that's kind of the whole goal here. What is this link, by the way? Where does this go if I click this? What is the schedule? Did they just like fabricate a schedule for me? Untitled stream canceled. What? What are these? Friday, Saturday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 8 to 2 p.m. Canceled stream on Sunday on the 1st? What the heck? Alright. Really weird. Sorry, just noticed that I had a, like, a schedule on my stream that's set up weekly for Twitch, and I don't remember ever putting a weekly schedule because I do not work a career that allows me to have a regular schedule. So that was just really weird, but I'm curious if he died. I might continue to play my own. I'm just gonna double check. Give it 1 second, guys. So there's gonna be a lot of sounds for like half a second. Give me 1 second. It's just, I didn't think that he would be struggling. Okay. So we'll just play our own until he comes back. But yeah, so overall, you can see also as well, like there were different May battles a little bit stronger, right? So if you don't want to risk Nuzlocke deaths, you might want to skip her. But she does give money. I'm looking to increase the amount of money that she gives as well, or some sort of reward that she gives you that might be enticing enough for you to risk it.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, hey, dude. I'm streaming.
What?
What? I'm streaming.
Like on Twitch?
YouTube for this, just so it's like a video.
I'm trying to make crab cakes and they're not pulled together real well.
I believe it. It's tough.
We're also not refrigerating them before, so we're just kind of like, raw dogging it.
Mm.
So, it's going good. Are you gonna hang out in Discord, or are you just gonna do your thing?
Both. Rob is trying out the ROM, so I was just gonna stream that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be at my computer here in like probably 20 minutes, so.
Sure.
Okay, see ya.
See ya. So all this is pretty standard. For the most part, what I'm looking to do is change the boss battles, change the engine, balance the game a little bit, and kind of give you some new content. So there's new moves, new abilities, stuff like that. I don't want to give too many spoilers, so that's why we're kind of doing it in the way of like one encounter per area, sort of Nuzlocke style, because I don't want to give away all the coolest stuff. The whole point of this is for people to want to explore and to want to kind of like relearn Pokemon a little bit, and find out all the new things that they can have. So. We'll go over here, we'll do an Old Rod. The hardest part about the Old Rod is that it takes forever. And because you have to press the A button, you can't speed it up. So we got a love disc, actually, speaking of. So, I'm gonna do Yawn. We're gonna go to somebody that doesn't care if they use a water move. My there you go. We have like every water type in existence. The next time that we catch something, I'm gonna try and see if we can like access all of its stats right away, or if we can only see the main page and then we have to like pull out the Pokemon and look at it later. So it has Swift Swim, which isn't the craziest thing. It's not like super awesome fun time, because I think, like I said, I think it can have Pixelate. I just can't remember if that was no, we can't take its item, huh? I can't remember if it's a hidden ability or not. So, alright. So let's see what we get over here. Now the Old Rod encounters are going to be pretty they're not going to have a ton of variety. That's just how the Old Rod works. I think there's only like so many spots you can have for the encounters for Old Rod. So you're probably going to get the same encounters that you're seeing here. We're going to use Yawn again. Switch over to something that doesn't mind.
Okay, let's see if this is gonna work.
Heck yeah. So can we? No, we can't. Prevents burns.
Oh my gosh, that looks terrible.
What's going on now?
What have I done? I'm changing the graphical settings.
What emulator are you using?
Virtual Boy Advance.
There might be some issues. Just a heads up. Because I think that this works best on MGBA. But we'll see. Ah. I don't want
God,
to kill
that's
this
awful.
thing. Oh, what the heck did you do to it?
I don't know. Good question.
I'm not gonna do this right now. Just gonna get my encounter. Alright. Oh.
That looks terrible.
What is this guy of? Prevents flinching. I'm not entirely sure who I want on my team. Let's do this.
Terrible. Alright, which emulator are you using?
MGBA.
GBA.
And this isn't going to be useful anyway. Oh, I forgot about that. Is steel less effective against fighting types?
You're asking the right question, but the wrong guy.
No, it's normal damage to fighting. Hell yeah. Okay. That's amazing. So, what would we teach Shroomish, though? Honestly, I think it's okay. Okay.
Okay, let's try this.
It looks better. So how
How do I find the controller seg?
settings, I think, under tools.
Okay, here we go.
So I haven't really figured out the plan for Brawley yet. But, oh, he begins his journey. I'm gonna try to see if Shroomish can just carry. I can't really remember how to do this. I think it's here, here, here. Yeah, okay. So we'll try this. So leech seed. Uh-oh.
Rut roll?
Okay. He's gonna dig. Chili powder. Right. Oh, the fighting gem. This is scary. This might do it. Oh, thank goodness. Don't hit yourself, please. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of good RNG in a row. Okay. Oh yeah, flying types are quite good here. Yeah, Wingull would have been pretty good. So I think it's really fast, so I switch over to Morrowill. Okay, and we survived the arm thrust. I forgot about that. That's pretty spoopy. Once you're tutorialed in, I'm gonna switch over to watch you.
Okay. Fuck. That's not how you do. God, I'm having such a hard time navigating menus.
Yeah, Nintendo menus, I always feel like I have a hard time.
Oh no, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, your name's C.
What sea, what shore? And I'm accidentally a stupid, ugly ass boy. Yep. That's what time we are.
Damn, Merlot, not bad. Okay, so anything that we should be worried about here? Not really. Good damage, good damage. I think it already light screened before I attacked, so that's really, really good. I think that means I can take it out here. Super potion. Woke up's going up pretty high. That screen's up. This should do it. Force bomb might do a lot. Yeah, that's a lot for being freaking not very effective. Cool. All right.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Are you just running around an empty lab right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you set your clock. Yeah, you leave. You
Yeah.
go to your neighbor's house, and then you go upstairs
Yeah.
and try and steal their Pokeball.
Yeah, I've already talked to her.
Okay, then you can just leave. You can just like do the Pallet Town, leave the city. Okay. So you have Tepig, Chikorita, or Piplup. Chikorita will eventually become a Grass Fairy type. Tepig is a Fire Fighting type eventually, and Piplup is a Water Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Tepig from X and Y.
I think
know
he's
Chikorita from Gold and Silver.
Yeah, Chikorita normally isn't Fairy type.
Or, sorry, Black and White for
Yeah,
Tepig.
yeah. Chikorita usually isn't Fairy type, but it kind of makes it so then they're reverse super effective on each other, like in newer games.
Right.
So I haven't done my my run through for all of my changes for Piplup. I've done most of the changes for Chikorita and Tepig. I actually have to nerf Chikorita because because I made it too good. Damn, you're really torturing this Zigzagoon.
Giving it the business, you know?
Hell yeah. So there is a chance that every single starter Pokemon might not have like the classic Blaze Overgrow Torrent ability. They might have like a different ability. So if you go to your start menu and Pokemon in summary, it'll tell you.
Docile.
I don't think it's supposed to have that ability. But hey, that's
Sun
cool.
Soul?
Yeah. Let me just double check that.
In the sun.
Yeah, so if it's like the sun weather out, it's like a special type of weather, harsh sunlight. You'll like slowly gain HP every turn. Holy shit! It actually is there. That's so weird. Why? Well, sure, dude. You would have just gotten a slight boost to water attacks. That's so weird.
Bum bum ba-da-dum bum. God, I just wish this was a game that I knew anything about.
You haven't really played Gen 3?
Like never.
Fair. You just go straight up all the way and then fight your rival.
Oh, I gotta fight my rival.
She's like all the way up.
Okay.
You get like a little town in between.
Cause like I played like the Diamond and Pearl like remake.
Mm-hmm.
But is that Gen 3?
No.
Oh, well. I guess that doesn't matter then.
Yeah. No, this is like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
Oh yeah, I never touched these games ever in my life.
Yeah. They're pretty
Like, I
they're
think
pretty cool.
I think I might have like started this game like a couple of times, but never actually like played it.
I think you'll be fine at level 8.
Well, it's not about being fine.
Your experience as well scales differently in My ROM compared to normal Pokemon games.
Okay.
So, the closer you are to a level cap, the less experience you'll get. But if you're under leveled, like you'll gain a bonus.
And what's the level cap?
14.
Is that based off of how many
Badges,
things I have?
Yeah, how many badges you have. So,
Whooper.
yeah, so like if you are like at the level cap, and then you just like happen to want to catch a Pokemon, and it's like level 4, then it's really easy for them to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I also changed it so then if you see on the right there, I know you're speeding up so you won't see it in time, but on the right you'll have different colors based off of how effective the move is.
Okay.
In the next version, like big version that I finish, there's going to be on the left and right of the nameplates, there's going to be typings. Oh, I know what happened with Piplup. Piplup's my guinea pig, so I was testing to see if it worked when I designed the ability, and I didn't change it back. That's what it is.
Lucy, are you in the closet? Hey. Lucy, are you hiding in the closet? I don't know if my dog's hiding in the closet or not. It's hard to tell.
And you haven't played Scarlet or Violet, so you don't know any of the new Pokemon either.
Yeah, I played Scarlet.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you did.
Yeah, I smashed the shit out of that game. Easy mode.
Oh, you did
So
beat it. I forgot about that.
So easy a small child could fucking decimate it. I was almost insulted playing Violet.
Fair.
Or Scarlet. Sorry, I played Scarlet. I played the future one.
No, you played the past one.
No, I played the past one. Yeah, you're right.
The more you talk, the less convincing it sounds.
No, I swear to God, I beat it.
Yeah, it had some decent ideas, but I feel like it was just a bunch of... It felt like it was made during quarantine. You know, where like a bunch of teams kind of felt unified, but then like the whole cohesion of the project was terrible. Like things weren't rendered well, like it ran like terribly.
It just felt like the natural endpoint of the direction Pokemon games have been going ever since Sun and Moon. I mean, like it's not like X and Y were like challenging or anything.
God no.
Like the Battle Chateau is pretty fun though, like the post game stuff. But like Sun and Moon was a complete snooze fest. Like, oh my gosh.
I haven't played them yet, actually.
There's no point. It's a waste of time. And then it's just like Naruto, where it's just like aliens, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean aliens?
Yeah, so there are going to be different encounters all over the place. So it's up to you if you want to take any of them. She gave you 5 Pokeballs, but you can buy more if you want. And then instead of going into your bag and throwing a Pokeball, you can just hit whatever your R button is. And it will throw whatever the last Pokeball you used is.
So R. Alright, let's spank this youngster. Hey, Calvin. I mean, I might pick up a Puccina.
Yeah,
Kind
he's
of cute.
still around, yeah. I try to keep as many of the Hoenn Pokemon in the same spots as possible. Just so then that way it doesn't feel any different there. But, and then just like trying to add Pokemon that like felt like they would fit decently in like the early game and stuff.
Right.
There are also a lot of the Pokemon that you think are weaker have been buffed. So, if you've ever liked a Pokemon that's been considered weak, and you see it, you can always try it out and see how you feel about it.
Blitzy and Zebstrika.
Yeah, they're in it. Um, they're not getting buffed too much though. They're actually not bad. It's just they're missing physical electric moves. For whatever reason, Pokemon just doesn't have a lot of those.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the part where they kind of fell off, was that they just didn't have end game moves.
Like, you think that, like, electric attack should be pretty physical.
Yeah.
Like, as they are, you know?
The thing that kind of weirded me out is just like there is about 900 moves now, and there's 18 types, and there's still this feeling that there are like gaps between like physical and special for each type. Like there's some holes that they're like, oh yeah, there's no like early game X type moves and for the physical or the special, and it's like, what do you mean there's 900 moves?
Yeah, there better be.
Yeah. So the DLC for Scarlet and Violet gave a few physical electric mons a new move called Supercell Slam. It's kind of like high jump kick for electric types.
Mm-hmm.
But they still don't have like a safe option. Because that one, if they miss, they take a shit ton of damage.
Oof.
So we do have one in this realm though. There is. Oh yeah, there's a small chance that you'll get double battles now. Yeah. Yeah. So there is a lot of new moves in this game. There's like 100 and something new moves. There's a couple new abilities as well. I think we're gonna end at like 20 to 30 new abilities. There'll be like 3 new Pokeballs. Maybe like 30-ish new items. So there'll be a lot of new content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious how it will affect the like balance of the game. Because that's the whole thing, is like I'm rebalancing all these Pokemon based off of how they are now, and then introducing a lot of new mechanics. So like there could just be big spikes for some of these guys. But the good news is that it's a single player game. So
Right.
I just have to balance it around where you are at whatever point. So it's been feeling really good so far though. Sean was even saying that where like most Pokemon feel pretty good no matter like who you want to play.
Well, I mean, with my playstyle and the way that I play Pokemon is that, like, any Pokemon I choose is a Pokemon that can potentially destroy the entire game.
I wonder what I
Man.
gave Poochyena. I was talking about this guy about how I was gonna skip this because it is annoying to see. But I was thinking about it and I was like, it kind of wouldn't make sense of you battling Wally at the end game if you don't get the whole like, you know what I mean? So like story wise, I was like, I'll keep him. But I think I might like late into the release might look into Pori scripts, which is like this thing that edits scripts and stuff. And I might look into when you get to these moments and like the intro moments, it might ask you like, do you want to skip? And then that way like you don't have to do that every single time. But
Wait, dad? Like my dad?
yeah, that's your dad. You actually have a dad in this game.
Damn, you have a dad in this game?
Yeah.
Is he like a gym leader or something?
Yep. Yeah, so he tells you he's too strong for you, so you have to fight some other gyms before you get to play against him.
Who's Wally?
Wally is just some random kid that, like, he seems almost like Sick Kids, and he's like a nearby... Yeah, he's a nearby guy that lives in the house in the top left of that city, and he's just like, hey, can I have a Pokemon? And he's like, you know what, kid? I'll lend you mine. You can go catch your own. So he did. So he caught himself a Ralts. Which, honestly, not a bad choice.
Nice.
There's a couple of decent Pokemon on the beach. I don't know if you want to like run around and see what ones there are that you might like.
On the beach.
Well, not the,
Beach,
the literal beach.
Let's go to the beach.
Not the literal beach, just like any of the grass in this area.
So not the beach.
Well, no. Along the coast.
So we're not going to go to the beach.
Yeah, just any of the grass before the forest, essentially.
Beach, let's go to the beach. Ooh, I don't know. Should I part with Growl or Feather Dance? Growl, obviously.
Feather Dance is better, right?
Let's go to the beach.
Two stages?
I don't know. Can't like go on the shore.
I mean the grass. Yeah, that grass. Any of the grass.
Oh, what's the building? Where does this boat take me?
You can't use it yet.
Sheesh. Got a Meryl. I remember him from Gen 2.
Yeah. Pika Blue. You remember those era? That era? Where everyone got leaks of Meryl and they're like, oh my god, it's Pika Blue. And they're like, that's everyone's convinced that that's the name of this Pokemon. And it's like, guys, they're not gonna name it Pika Blue.
Yeah, that'd be a ridiculous name.
So the first gym that you...
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow. The first
I thought
gym
Meryl
that
was
you
a water
face,
type.
he is.
Why was that super effective?
Shouldn't have been. You
Yeah,
might-
my
you
Bubble
might have
Beam was
crit.
super effective.
You might have to face one again and we'll see. Shoot a Bubble Beam at him.
Beach, let's go to the beach.
See, it's really hard when you're... No, it's not very effective.
Oh, okay.
It's really hard when you have it on speed. Yeah, there you go. When you have it on speed up like that, it's like, hey, look. Like, I can't see what the heck you're saying.
Gotta go fast. Oh, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
I'm 99% sure that this isn't an issue because I was like, I never touched anything like that. The only thing that would be somewhat interesting is ice would resist water moves, but like that's not a thing here.
The hell's a Winglet?
A Wiglet? He's the water Diglett. He's from Scarlet. Scarlet and Violet.
Trio,
Okay, so
trio.
if you try and escape, you die here. If you try and change Pokemon, you die here because you're wrapped.
Fuck.
Oh, I respect it. I like the silence and then just.
You gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
What ability do you have on Poochyena? Probably just like a normal one. Quick feet. Yeah, that's not bad. What's the Meryl? Press up and down.
UPS, speed of surfing.
Okay, alright. So
Huge power.
that doubles your attack stat. So that's pretty good. So Meryl is actually quite decent. So you have quick feet, so that will turn into quick feet when he evolves. God damn. For a guy that got just like 3 Pokemon, he got a lot of Pokeballs.
Oh, damn, I love Wingle. Sorry, Wingle.
Bite actually might be super effective. No, it isn't. Not yet. Okay. So it turns out, much to a lot of casual players' surprise, that
What?
Gold Duck is not psychic type.
Oh, rip.
It's just water. So I made it psychic type as well.
Fence curl, don't need it.
It's just stronger bubble, and you keep bubble and get rid of defense curl. Like you got water gun and bubble beam.
Oh no, Meryl.
Oh no.
Oh no, Meryl.
Rap is definitely your biggest weakness so far.
It's okay, Rap's gone.
Oh, that level up saved your life. Wow.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This is not gonna end well.
I think I might have buffed Marrow a little bit, but not by much. It's still a good mon.
Come on, you're level 4. Get on my ball.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Deja vu. I've just been in this place before, higher on the streets, and I know it's my time to go. Negates weather effects. Cure status in rain. Cool, very cool.
Oh, you got a pretty feather.
Is that like just the item
Yeah.
that
yeah.
Winkle comes with? Or?
Yeah, you press take, you take it. It's just you sell it.
Oh, it doesn't like do anything?
No. It's just like some
Whose
Pokemon.
house is this?
That's Wally's house.
Wally!
Yeah, he's frail and sick.
That's what that said.
So yeah, it's gonna assume like these. It's gonna tell you what that effectiveness is for like one of those Pokemon. So like Bite actually is good against Sandygast. You have to like actually look. I haven't figured out a smart way for it to like do double battles yet. That's what I'm hoping with the introduction of the like type little things that pop up to show you what type everyone is. It might help people because they might not know what some of these Pokemon are typed.
Fuck you. Alright, we got our team set.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
It's a Dupiter. It's the Araquanid baby. It's a water bug.
Ew, gross. Bugs. Bugs really bug me, if you know what I'm saying.
They do.
When do I get EXP share?
That's a great question. I think you get it when you do past the second gym.
Yikes.
But once you get to the first city, you might find that things get easier. It's mostly just making sure that you can get to the first city. Yeah? Every time
Boy,
you wake up.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. It was tail whip anyways.
Yeah. Hi,
The
buddy.
first gym isn't like a lightning gym, is it?
Yeah, why? No,
No reason.
it's a rock gym.
Ooh, rock gym. Who the
Hmm.
fuck's this guy? Not a one to be found. A shroomish? About a shroomish? Oh. Ow. I'm gonna throw dirt in your eye.
I'm amazed that you were landing these. Okay. You have like no accuracy, bro. You have actually no accuracy.
Dang, dude, that's wild.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is a water bug.
Hate bugs. Especially when they get the little sweet scent.
It was like probably a 20% chance of hitting any of that.
Oh, I got a great ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gives you decent gifts for helping him out.
Ew, gross. Don't like this.
You might want to heal your buddy or change him.
I disagree.
It's kind
Looks
of
like it's
messed up that they made Snom have a butt face. You know what I'm saying? For
a
how
pretty
cute
sad
it
looking
is.
Pokemon.
I think he's cute. It's just he has a butt face. If you talk to that guy, he also gives you bullet seed.
Sweet. Sweet. Alright, what do you got? Zigzagoon? Easy. Uh-oh. What?
It's fine, you're good.
There we go.
I think there's oh yeah, I added I think a poison type version of rollout. It's just not very common right now. So if you're a rollout stan, there's more rollout options.
A rollout. Ah, chili powder.
It's one of the new moves.
A real spicy one. Come on and slam. And welcome to the gym. Oh, no.
Wait, if you keep going, I think to the left. Oh god, do you not have any medicine?
I got paralyzed heal.
Alright, there you go.
Too bad I'm not paralyzed.
Could always switch to other members of your
I'm not
team though.
Paralyzed, but I seem to be struck by you. What's this? Flower shop. I'll take you to a flower shop. Nice. Give me all your flowers and I'll spread my seeds or whatever.
I haven't
Go
tried
on.
it yet.
Hello. Hello, lady. No. How am I gonna navigate this one?
I have a feeling Meryl's gonna faint. Oh, might have a chance. If you end the battle in this turn, then Meryl will live.
Dang it.
Damn.
That was worth an effort.
You tried. You gave it the good old college try.
Nice. Hello, sir. Oh no, I thought you were gonna give me something.
Are you just running around robbing people?
Well, I mean, this is a Pokemon game after all.
Fair, yeah.
Crab cakes didn't turn out very good.
Oh, sorry,
Crab
buddy.
cakes.
Yeah.
What kind of icing did you put on them?
It's in here somewhere. We didn't put anything on them this time. Because we didn't put the stuff for, like, you know, a sauce or anything. We just wanted to see if we could, like, shape them and make them and stuff.
Did you use imitation?
They're fine. Yeah, we had to use imitation, unfortunately. I guess crab's out of season now, so it's like none of the stores around here sell it.
Rip.
It's fine. Like, no, I don't think it's gonna fill us up either, but
It's too much for me. I feel like it needs lots of.
yeah, it's kind of what I was feeling too. We can go get a burrito.
Ooh.
We had burritos for lunch today and for dinner yesterday.
Mm.
They were
Oh,
fucking good.
You want to know something crazy, Rob?
Frick.
What?
Use a rare candy on Meryl.
Oh, it'll bring her back to life.
Invitation crowd comes
Wake me up. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Ooh, Mega Drain. You can forget Harden and learn Mega Drain.
Absorb is right above it, which is just the weaker Mega Drain.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still more useful to have 2 Mega Drains than Harden.
Yeah.
Especially the way I played this game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the way you play the game, yeah. You might need those 45 attack points.
Yeah, exactly.
What happens if the fights are longer than 50 turns?
Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get burritos.
Okay,
Okie
get me
dokie, get one for me. Damn it. Get out of my head.
Alright. Send me what you want.
Cut.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's just Scratch, okay.
Like you did it on purpose.
No, I was looking at Macro's profile picture.
For once, I was like, oh yeah, I agree with you on that one. And then you're like, whoops, I did that by mistake.
Hey, we're back. The PC, the Pokemon Center, as my friends like to call it.
Yeah, they do.
Need a lot of big buildings. Ooh. Beach, beach, let's go to the beach. Hasta la pizza, baby. What? How dare you bubble beam me? tell your story walking, son. This poor little girl doesn't know what's about to befall her.
You're in my prayers, Rob.
Like the Madonna song?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a interesting looking Geodude.
Should be fine.
Holy potions, Batman. How many fish got? Oh, that's a cute little thing. Whatever it is. Oh, no.
So far you've gotten really lucky, which is good.
Oh, no, not the ice. Ah, not the ice.
It's a cute little thing.
How do I get hit by the steel traps? I'm flying. Oof.
Oh no! It got the boost!
Oh, no. Hell yeah. Oh,
Good news is...
Oh, no!
Oh my god! Oh no! Good. I was gonna say good news is frostbite, not frozen, so you're able to move still. It's like burn, kind of. Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
Alright, you're almost there.
Too
Oh,
easy.
that might be helpful, actually.
Fuck.
Never mind. Okay, Psyduck's got this though, right? I don't think he's got it, dude.
Oh, no.
I think he's faster than you.
Yeah, he's faster than me now. It's too late for that. Sheesh.
So just remember, you can level up your Pokemon up to the level cap. The rare candies won't let you go above the level cap, so you don't have to be afraid of that.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit.
Oh snap! I try to make a gym that felt like kind of like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, where it's doable, but like, you know what I mean? You can't just like turn your brain off completely.
Okay. Because if it wasn't for these rare candies, I wouldn't stand a chance right now. Fuck. What have I done? Yeah, get some. Yeah, get some. Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam. Yeah, it's a real fine school.
So I'm curious if you can beat Roxanne, because that's kind of like,
Roxanne. I could beat Roxanne.
you know.
Beat her ass. Watch this. Damn it.
Okay. It's your best friend.
Dang.
think this is the exact same fight. I think you're doing the exact same moves in the exact same order.
Don't worry, it's okay. We're gonna get a different result this time.
Actually, yeah, you did send out Wingle before Piplup last time, so I'm curious. Haven't had a boost from the opponent yet. Crit. Oh, you have low kick now, though. Actually, to be honest with you, low kick might just kill her straight up.
Oof.
But now you have twice the Pokemon, you know? Think about it. Nice. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
We're cooking. There you go. You beat Roxanne.
Roxanne!
Hell yeah. I like that. That's exactly what I kind of wanted to see. I wanted to create gym leaders that can kick your ass if you don't take them seriously, but they're definitely doable by the average player. It's not like a challenge ROM hack or like a Kaizo or anything. It's just like it respects you.
Well, I just need to make sure that disable took out the move I needed it to.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, water pulse.
Oh yeah, there's a new level cap now that you have that gym.
Headbutt. Yeah, fuck it.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Alright guys, so that's gonna be the stream. We'll probably have someone test up to Gym 2 in the future. But I figured we're going on for a pretty long time as it is. And so you got to see someone that has never seen the game before try it out. And kind of like the difficulty for different people, right? You have someone that kind of, like I said, has a very casual approach to the game, just wants to have a good time. And how it kind of like is trying to steer them towards a more strategic sort of style, while still letting them play the way that they want, right? And also letting you play the Pokemon that are available to you, and you don't have to really worry about it being like, oh, is this the right choice or is this not the right choice? Like, there are Pokemon that are going to be a lot easier. But yeah, it's definitely playable by most. So anyway, thanks for the stream, guys. I hope you guys saw some things that were interesting, right? We did see some Shrapnel. We did see Amarora do quite well. We saw a little bit of Brawly, and we saw how Roxanne can be very scary if you don't take her too seriously. So overall, I think this is a pretty good showing of kind of the beginning of the game and some of the basics of the engine. There's still lots more in this game, but I just figured instead of telling people about it, I